You're probably familiar with the word pedagogy. Although not always used in this way, strictly speaking, pedagogy is about teaching children. In the 1830s, a German teacher, Alexander Kapp, proposed the term andragogy to talk about teaching adults. Andragogy was taken up by Malcolm Knowles in the 1960s. He created an associated framework and wrote several books about the art and science of helping adults learn. Andragogy is a reminder that the way we teach adults is different to the way we teach children. In this presentation, which I am creating in the free version of ScreenPal, I have drawn on a paper from 2020 by Muse. As you listen, reflect on how the andragogy principles apply or could be applied in your own teaching and learning spaces. Knowles' andragogy framework has evolved into 6 principles of adult learning. Firstly, learners need to know. Creating a sense of why for adult learners is essential in education. Adults need to understand the value in what is being presented. They need to know how it can apply to their current life objectives. When the relationship between their short-term objectives and their long-term goals is clear, there's likely to be a sustained interest in learning and progress. Secondly, as a person matures, an adult self-concept moves from that of a dependent personality towards one that is self-directed. So we have the self-concept of the learner. Adult learners often have a sense of responsibility for their own decisions and want to be treated by others as being capable of self-direction. This then suggests that allowing adults to learn together through collaboration and autonomy helps create a self-directed environment. And this may increase memory of information and also problem-solving abilities. Thirdly, we have the prior experience of the learner. An adult has a lifetime of experiences. This is a rich resource for learning. Drawing on prior experience and knowledge is another way adults can learn for themselves and collaborate with others. Therefore, teachers should incorporate learning experiences that account for the similarities and differences among their groups of learners, and this suggests activities such as collective discussions, case studies, and simulation exercises. Introducing concepts through discussion can open adult learners to new ideas, and those new ideas may challenge or solidify existing biases as they comprehend the information. Next, we have readiness to learn. The readiness of an adult to learn is closely related to the developmental and life-related tasks of their social role. Adults tend to know when they are ready to learn, and that's based on the content and also how useful it is at the time. Teachers can identify this level of readiness by exploring areas of interest and experiences through those initial discussions and screens, and then later in group discussion and other assessments, and then relate them back to the program and course-specific goals and outcomes. We also have orientation to learning. There's a change in time perspective as people mature, from the future application of knowledge to a need for immediacy of application. Therefore, adult learners are more likely to embrace and commit to problem and life-centered methods than subject-centered learning. So rather than concentrating on subject matter for future implication as the sole orientation to learning, adults prefer to have information that pertains to real-life application. And finally, motivation to learn. The most powerful motivations are internal rather than external. Adults are motivated to learn as they experience needs, interests, and benefits that are satisfied through learning. So factors such as career needs, advancement opportunities, family obligations, helping children, and overall self-satisfaction are some of the various reasons that adults further their education. These factors are often the driving force that keep adult learners motivated to progress and achieve. So we should be aware and respectful of these motivators, as they are unique and often personal, and they tie to self-esteem and quality of life. So in summary, andragogy, or the teaching of adults, is based on these 6 principles: the need to know, self-concept, prior experience, readiness to learn, orientation to learning, and motivation to learn. So finally, reflect again on how the andragogy principles apply or could be applied in your own teaching and learning spaces.